Hello, Scott Wessex Blades here. Yesterday was a bit of a long, sort of trialy sort of day. I was tidying up in the garage, and then I spent a long time fiddling with this little battery power gizmo here. And I was documenting it about how I was trying to transfer a pipe of something what I thought was like an intake in order to operate it, vacuum and then supply. So I just like could have put it in the jam jar, act as a vac, and then go use the Schrader valve and operate another one, and to pressure treat the woods and the ferro rods and things. From what I worked out that the intake is actually the bottom of the piston, so it's actually drawing in from inside the thing as opposed to the funny little valve, which I think is a release valve in case it overpressures on the tire. So it is basically, I spent 4 hours fiddling around with this and getting nowhere with it. Also, I haven't destroyed it, I've just adapted it slightly. So, get to bed early because I got to get up early Sunday morning to go to work. And as ever in the morning, I check my messages, check what's going on. Had another message, another ferro rod has broke, so straight away I'm like, anyway, he's playing enough, no worries. So, that's in hand, as it were. What I thought I need to do is, despite the fact that I'm that method, I'm not doing just gluing them together. I'm also through pinning them with 2 brass pins. Now, generally speaking, knife handle wise, I don't do stick tangs because there isn't much holding it all together. I don't like doing stub tangs because there isn't much hanging on the end of that. Okay, I like through full tang blades. And as yet, we haven't really done very many laminated wood handles. But what I need to do is breaky test these from the ferro rods to see what, how, why this is happening. Generally speaking, in industry, a firm will have a research and development team, and then they'll test it. I mean, my testing was when I finished doing a 120 grit. Now it's as small as it's going to be. Now I've got through, and it looks like I've got to, because the outside's be bandsawed, and I've got to. It looks to be a good joint. Then I try. And I'm pretty strong. There's a bull worker. Yeah. Okay, I can push that. There's a hell of an amount of grunt in what I'm doing when I'm trying to break it. So here we are with rough sawn ferro rod. Okay. $10K plate. What else we got here? Oh, you tell me. Here, I'm getting a creepy idea. When I'm using the vac thing, air is trying to get out of the wood. First of all, air is going to be trying to come out of the wood anywhere it can, so it's gently going to get forced up against the glue joint. It's the air forcing out, prying it apart, but I'm using expansive polyurethane glue. Fast drying, totally waterproof, high strength glue, gap filling, bonds wood, stone, metal, ceramic and more. Once applied, it penetrates and expands slightly, really sinking in to both substrates. Virtually indestructible bond, but it's expansive and it's bubbly. So not only is the air trying to get out of the wood and then making bubbles move towards it, possibly prying it apart, but the expansive glue in here I'm using, small bubbles becoming big bubbles, is it literally, I'm putting it in the thing for the oil and I'm trying to, it's literally tearing it apart in that process. At this stage, it's practically indestructible. But once I put it in the back thing, is it literally getting just enough? That ain't breaking. That ain't breaking, right? That pressure on my finger there is unbelievable. In the normal use, even though I'm stating that they're decorative, okay, they're pretty to the eye, they're not Rambo, they're not indestructible. It's a decorative ferro rod. It should still last in your hand, okay? I think when I do these, I won't use the vac. 2 batches ago, all I did was just oil it. Goes in, penetrates, and that's it. And every now and again, you just got to re-oil it. These processes with that product, probably not conducive. What does it take to break it? That's more than normal use I'll ever put on it, right? Gotta be. Has to be more. I'm moving the clamp. So, for those of you who do things using funny little layer things like this, I'm guessing epoxy would be more suitable, but I wouldn't mix gator glue with vacuum pressure, because I reckon the bubbles in that, I reckon the bubbles in the wood are going and just messing up the adhesion, mucking up the surface area of the contact or whatever, because this thing's solid. It's a lump hammer. It's a 4-pound lump hammer, club hammer. You shouldn't be able to go like that. Would you fancy doing that to no? So from now on, when I use it, if I carry on and use this glue, I'll just oil it. Dip it in, maybe leave it half an hour and wipe it off and leave it at that. as for next generation, they'll have 2 brass pins gone through it, and I'm not going to go back to just laminate it. I've moved it to 2nd gen now. 2 brass pins through, end the story, and I'll carry on to use gator glue for now, because it actually penetrates into the thing and it's bloody strong. The reason I went to gator glue is thermally, if I use epoxy on the abrasive belts, what I find was that you can run it slightly longer on the gator glue. Epoxy, you go on there a few seconds too long, it melts and it actually comes apart. Okay, and I don't want, it comes apart while you're on the belt. So this thing, I mean, you got to get it so hot. I'm burning myself on the brass. That's how hot it can get. It's still together. It still has integrity. So I actually prefer using that. It's simpler as well. To me, it's simpler. Or a 2-pack, like mixing up. But anyway, I feel a bit happier myself that I think I've got a reason why I can club it and try and break it and nothing's happening. It's literally still together. And now I've had 2 in the weekend where they've broke, but after another process, in which case I haven't done a hit test, because then of course I've got the ferro rod and it's all pretty and sanded and all the rest of it, and I'll just make marks in it. So that's my standard from now on. 2 pins through it, and I'll just dip it in the oil and wipe it as it is, and then obviously in a few months or whatever, you just got to gently oil it. I think I have an answer. Scott from Wessex Blades out. Step 4, investigative. I think I realise why. Hey, got an answer at least. See you next one.